Today I'm giving a narrative speech for my Comms 1110 public speaking class. Imagine juggling the responsibilities of caring for 3 children and full-time career while trying to further your education. It sounds a little overwhelming, right? Well, today I'm going to talk about my journey of deciding to go back to school. 11 years ago, I graduated with my associates in early childhood. 6 months after that, I accepted a position as the director at a child care center, and 6 months after that, I had my first child. I wanted to go back to school. I had planned on getting my bachelor's degree, but there were barriers in the way, and one of them being I no longer qualified for the TEACH scholarship that I used when I was getting my associate's degree. I didn't want to put the financial burden on my new growing family of continuing my education. That, on top of being a new mom and a career that was more demanding than the one that I had previously, I decided to take a break. That break ended up lasting almost 11 years. One day I was helping, last spring of 2024, I was helping one of my staff apply for the TEACH scholarship, and I noticed that they had changed the requirements for the scholarship. At that time, I noticed that I didn't qualify. I was really excited in the beginning and thought, oh yeah, I can go back to school, this is what I wanted to do. But immediately the hesitations started. I began to wonder if I would be able to still complete my duties at work, as well as give my children the attention that they needed. Now having 3 children, this was a bigger concern than before. I tossed it around in my head for days. I talked to my sister about it, I talked to some people at work about it. Ultimately, I was not convinced that that's what I wanted to do. One day, I was running some errands, needed to go to the bank. On the way to the bank, I was thinking about it again because, like I said, it just kind of weighed on my mind if I wanted to go back to school or not, if I thought I could do it. And I felt a heavy presence of my dad with me. My dad who had passed away about 1.5 years to 2 years prior to that day. I thought about how proud he would have been of me to do that because he was proud when I did anything, to be honest. But it was very similar to his situation, him going back to school in his mid to late 30s and getting his bachelor's degree in his early 40s. So that was a little bit more motivation to make my decision, but I still wasn't sure. At this time, I get to the bank, I request my cash withdrawal, and they send out the envelope that I actually brought with me. On the one side, it just says Centris Federal Credit Union, like most of them will. And then I flipped it over on the other side to get my money out, and there was a little handwritten motivational note of go up and never stop, in sparkly blue and yellow ink. I read that and I thought, wow, maybe that's just another sign on top of it that I should do this. I should do it for myself. I should do it for my family. I still wasn't sold, but I was driving home from the bank, really thinking like these 2 things are very strong, and randomly the Sirius XM radio station I had on started playing It's a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong, which is a song that my dad really liked. So I thought those 3 things were probably his signs to tell me that this is probably something that I should do. So I went home that night, my kids to bed, went out on the deck, and I sat there while my kids were sleeping in the other room, and my husband was downstairs watching TV with the kitty, and I decided that I was going to do it. So I applied for the TEACH scholarship, I applied for University of Nebraska at Kearney, and that's where I was, making that decision to go back. 9 months and 3 classes later, I am here to tell you that it has been hard. It's been very rewarding. It was very rewarding to finish my first class with an A. It was very discouraging to start this actual class that I'm in now, realizing that I missed the first assignment and so I'm starting at 50%. But that was one of the barriers that I have to overcome of making sure that I am able to know when my assignments are due and make sure that I'm checking in on that even if it's been an overwhelming day at work or if the kids are just taking a little longer at night to get to bed. Those are things that I've had to do. But again, like I said, as overwhelming as it's been very rewarding. It feels good for myself to do something like this. To anyone considering returning to school after a break, whether it's long or short, or maybe you haven't been, maybe you're raising children, or maybe your children are grown, My advice to you is to welcome the challenge and value the experience. You will have hesitations and you will have doubts. It will not be easy, but an education is something that no one can take